Millions of people right now are starting to ask a very deep, even existential question. If AI can really do everything the experts say it can, better, faster, and cheaper, will I even be needed anymore? What will a human be for? Look, AI is replacing tasks, roles, entire professions. The race is on, and let's be honest, it feels like we're starting to lose. But here's what nobody's telling you. AI isn't the threat. Living algorithmically is. For decades, we've been trained to operate like machines, following scripts that we didn't write, living by belief systems we never chose, chasing efficiency to keep up with the Joneses. Who the hell even are the Joneses? and optimizing ourselves into obsolescence. We've been running programs we didn't install, building lives that reflect what others expect rather than what's encoded within us. But the truth, you already carry something AI can never replicate. And I'm going to show you exactly what it is and how to activate it in my new book, A Whole New Human, 10 Ways We Must Evolve to Survive and Thrive in the AI Age. You can get it now. You can go to DerekRydall.com/whole new human. That's DerekRydall.com or .com/whole new human. In any case, you'll find it. And then you're going to get instant access to 2 AI coaches that I built on my 25 years of research and training tens of thousands of people around the world on how to discover who they really are, what they're really made of and made for, and how to live that life and that work successfully and sustainably. But look, here's the pattern that most people miss. We're afraid that robots will replace us, but many people are already running on autopilot, right? Living like an algorithm. Once again, they didn't program this, living on programs that they did not install, following external formulas, chasing credentials, optimizing for a goal that we can never quite reach, cogs in a machine, go to school, an educational system that is based on the Industrial Revolution and clocking in and clocking out and bells ringing and do all these things to get these specific credits so that you can then go to a college and then follow all these things so that you can get a better job. And we've been caught up in this, and it's a horizon line. The faster you run, the further away it seems to get. And building a resume instead of building a life, not only that, but building a resume that is increasingly obsolete. Right? They said, get the right degree, learn the right skills, stay relevant, keep up. Remember when they told us to learn programming? Okay, forget that one. Learn AI. Oh, on second thought, forget that one. Just tell AI what to do and it'll do it for you. But here's what all that advice misses. Many of it well-intentioned. Skills were and always will be temporary. But your true authentic essence is not. You, the original AI, authentic intelligence, ancestral intelligence, ancient, maybe even angelic intelligence. You, that original source code you brought with you, factory installed, that is not temporary. That is perfect and that is permanent. And the future doesn't belong to the most efficient human beings. It belongs to the most awake and authentic and essential ones. Not your resume, not your skills, not even your tools, your irreplaceable essence, your presence. Your presence is the one gift that you can give others that gives them back to themselves. It is the gift that keeps on giving, however you express it in whatever medium or form. At the bottom of that is what I call your life code. Think about an oak tree. It doesn't become an oak by trying to be more efficient or prove something or please someone, right? It becomes an oak by expressing what's already encoded in the acorn. It doesn't look out at the forest and go, well, those apple trees seem to be doing really well. I think I should be an apple tree because that's where the money's at, right? That's where the best degrees are. That's what's going to make my parents happy. No, that would be one bad apple. And it also doesn't go, well, I'll just be the best nut in the forest, right? It is willing to go through that transformational process and crack open and dig in and allow what's in it to emerge. The wind shapes it, the storms test it, the soil feeds it. It goes through challenges. But those very pressures, those struggles, those wounds, those challenges, they don't break the tree. They break it open. They break open the shell and they forge it. They reveal its unique and intimate and innate pattern in a way that is unlike any other tree in the forest and yet universal and familiar. Well, it's the same with human beings. Everything you've been through, every struggle, every wound, every passion, every pattern, it hasn't broken you. It's been seeking to break you open so that what's really inside of you can come out, something unprecedented, unique, original. And it's forging you into something that is truly singular. Your life code isn't just your purpose in that usual sense, like a perfect career or a mission or a job. It's deeper. It's your divine design. Again, your essence, or what some might call your genius zone. That original source code, that factory operating system you came with. And here's what makes it irreplaceable. It is not tied to just one job or one role. When you discover it, what you're really made of and made for, you can bring it into anything you do, and it makes you flexible. So as life and conditions and economies and the workforce changes, you can roll and adapt with it and still bring your gifts, your genius, your purpose, what makes you truly invaluable, undeniable, and so good they can't ignore you. That's being future-proof. That makes you invaluable and necessary. In a world where work is changing so fast and titles are coming and going, knowing yourself, really knowing it, that becomes your anchor. That becomes your edge. Your life code becomes your lifeline. And in a world being commoditized, flattened, a real, authentic human with an original voice and lived experience will become one of the most valuable things around. And if you're a change maker or a thought leader out there, it says thought leader, not thought follower, right? You got to have an original idea every once in a while. That will be you. That can be you. That is you innately. That is the real program you were installed with. And that's the one you have to discover. And that's why I wrote A Whole New Human. For over 20 years, I've been helping people discover this, coaching tens of thousands of people through transformation, through challenge to discover what are they really made of and made for, and how do they live it in a way that is successful and sustainable and truly fulfilling. Whether it's Oscar and Emmy winners, Fortune 500 execs, or coaches, teachers, healers, authors, and entrepreneurs around the planet, I've helped guide them to become the authors of their own life, not merely users of someone else's system, their operating system, not others. And instead of seeking out everybody else's blueprint, this book and what I'm helping you with will help you discover your blueprint. It's your blueprint you want to work from and build from. And here's what I've learned. The people who thrive the most in disruption aren't the ones that merely chase the latest trend or the shiny object or the latest tool. They are the ones who know this irreplaceable purpose, potential, and power. It's like all the great masters, teachers, and leaders that you probably admire, from Jesus and Buddha to Mother Teresa, Helen Keller, Mandela, Gandhi, Dr. King. They all understood this innately or by grace or in some other way, often through struggle. And they tapped into that indelible spirit, to that irreplaceable pattern of purpose within them. And they had the courage to bring it forth. And A Whole New Human gives you the framework to discover yours. 10 evolutionary adaptations to survive and thrive in this brave new world, not by competing with machines on their terms, but by activating what only you can bring. Things like thinking for yourself when AI is thinking for everyone else. Becoming irreplaceable when robots and AI are doing everything humans can do better, faster, cheaper. Becoming a visionary when AI can only optimize what exists. Learning how to really think not merely incrementally, but exponentially. And living by insight when deep fakes and all this media flood makes eyesight very unreliable. And then creating meaning when AI can only process patterns. But here's what really makes this revolutionary. I've encoded the entire system into 2 personalized tools for you, 2 AI tools trained on my decades of research. When you pre-order or order A Whole New Human today at DerekRydall.com, DerekRydall.com/whole new human, you will get immediate access to the AI Evolution Coach, your personal guide through all 10 evolutions in the book. It sees where you are, where you need to go, and who you need to become to future-proof your life, your work, your wealth, and your well-being. It's like having a mentor, a coach, a strategic partner, and a planner in your pocket 24/7. And then you also get the AI Focus Coach, your sovereignty and accountability protection system. It helps you stay present, focused, accountable on what really matters most, and making sure you're taking those actions and steps day by day to become the change you want to see in the world, to become the person you most want to be, and to create the life that makes you come alive and makes the difference, the impact, and yes, even the income that you desire. Plus, you're going to get other assessments and other tools all for free. It's literally thousands of dollars worth of bonuses. No hype. All you got to do is get the book, and you're going to want it. It's the survival guide for the AI age, right? And it will help to make you uniquely irreplaceable and help you discover your original program that's encoded in you that AI can never replicate. No algorithm can ever replicate. This is not generic AI. It's trained on the specific principles that create human agency, human sovereignty, that discover your unique purpose. Literally 25 years of research and training and teaching with tens of thousands of people. So just go to DerekRydall.com/whole new human, get the book, get instant access to all the tools. Now, here's what people get wrong about the AI age, or at least most people. They think, again, that the solution is just move faster and break more things, right? Just learn more skills, compete harder. And yes, being a lifelong learner and continuing to develop yourself is absolutely important, but you can't outwork a machine, right? The real breakthrough isn't better tools. It's becoming a better human and better at integrating knowledge into real lived wisdom. If I was running for president or a new precedent, my slogan would be make humans great again. You want to be someone who uses technology but isn't used by it. You want to be somebody that knows yourself, that knows what you're made of and made for, knows yourself better than the technologies know you, because if something knows you better than you know yourself, guess who's using who? Now, the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, already says that artificial intelligence is expected to displace about 60% of jobs in advanced economies. I think the number is like 300 million in the very near future, in the next few years or less. That's not merely a skills crisis and a need to upskill a little bit. That's an identity level crisis. And the question isn't merely, well, what else can I learn? The question is, what is it about me that is more important than any tool or information? What is it about me that isn't changing every other Tuesday with a new AI tool? What is it about me that's fundamental and necessary? There's matter and there's what matters. Tech focuses on the matter. Humans need to focus on what matters. That's our edge. And when you activate your life code and embed that irreplaceable essence into everything you do, you become something technology cannot replace, cannot copy. Not because you're smarter merely, but because you're essential. You're fully alive, and it's going to resonate with others. And being fully alive is what the world needs more than ever. As Dr. King's teacher or mentor, Howard Thurman, said, don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive, because what the world needs are people who have come alive. And when you read A Whole New Human and you work with these personalized AI evolution coach and focus coach, this is what's going to shift. You're going to stop asking, how do I stay relevant? And you're going to begin to discover the answer to that. You're going to ask, how do I become necessary? How do I become more valuable? How do I become of greater service? You're going to stop chasing mere external validation and credentials and the next certification and start claiming your original authority, your unique pattern, your life code. Look, you are the killer app you've been waiting for. We are the killer app the world has been waiting for, right? You're going to learn to stop optimizing yourself into some kind of commodity. If all you're doing is going along to get along, following everybody else's blueprint, trying to be like everyone else, you don't matter, right? You got to be yourself. Everyone else is taken, as the saying goes. You start originating. You start creating value that only you can. And finally, you stop living like a program, living algorithmically, following anybody else's formula. You start living authentically, expressing your original code. Now, this isn't about rejecting AI. I'm not a Luddite. I love technology. It's about remembering who you are and staying awake, aware, connected, sovereign, with real agency in the midst of this technological revolution. That's going to make you undeniable. That's going to make you stand out. That's going to make you the smartest, most valuable person in many rooms you're in. And then you can use AI to amplify who and what you really are, rather than replace or outsource yourself to it. Does that make sense? Because look, God or evolution didn't make a mistake. You came into this world fully loaded and for a purpose. Nothing comes into this world except as the answer to a need. Most people just never learned how to activate this master program, but a whole new human shows you how. Here's why this matters right now more than ever. I think I've kind of made my point, but the window is closing. This is not going to happen in 80 to 100 years like past industrial revolutions. It's happening fast. Every day, people are being replaced, not because they lack skills, but because they never claimed their irreplaceable essence. They built their identity on what they do instead of who they are. I'm not blaming or judging anybody. That's just a fact. And when what you do becomes automated, there's nothing left to stand on if it's built merely on what you're doing instead of who you are. Do you get it? So it doesn't have to be that way. You can build a life that is not merely based on what you do, but based on who you are. What used to be called soft skills, which were always really hard to do, but this is now going to be central. The people who will thrive in this next few years and the next decade aren't the ones fighting AI, and they're not the ones merely subsumed by AI. They're using this disruption for their greatest evolution. They're asking, what makes me irreplaceable? What can only I bring? What's my life code and how do I live from it? And that's what this book teaches and a whole lot more. And that's what the AI evolution coach and focus coach will guide you through and a whole lot more. And you can get it and start it today. It may seem late, but it's really still early, even though it's happening fast. You know, the old Chinese saying, best time to plant a tree 30 years ago. Next best time, today. Not when you're ready, not when you figured it all out, not when it's convenient. If you're thinking about comfort and convenient, snap out of it, right? If you're not being inconvenienced on a regular basis, you're playing too small. Today is the day. This is your moment. This is your leer. This is your opportunity, because what you don't claim, someone or someone else will. If you're not thinking for yourself, someone is thinking for you or something. And these other people and these other technologies, they'll define your identity. They'll define your opportunity. They'll define your destiny. Don't let that happen. When you order a whole new human today at DerekRydall.com/whole new human, you're going to get everything I've described, the entire book, the 10 ways we must evolve to survive and thrive in the AI age, the complete framework for becoming irreplaceable, the 10 evolutionary adaptations that future-proof your life, your work, your wealth, and well-being. You're going to get that AI evolution coach, your 24/7 personal guide through all 10 evolutions, trained on my entire methodology, decades of research and coaching, tens of thousands of people. It's going to help you see where you are, where you need to go, and who you need to become. You're going to get the AI focus coach, which is going to help you identify what matters most, organize, prioritize, plan, and execute, right? Clarity, confidence, courage, and commitment, a clear plan, a clear practice, and the support 24/7 to achieve it, amongst other things that I'm going to give you. So this is your moment. This is your day. The question right now that's haunting millions, what if I'm no longer needed? What's a human for? We don't need to ask that anymore. The question instead is, what if everything I've been through has been preparing me to become what I've always been meant to be, my true destiny, irreplaceable and undeniable? What if I'm not about to be replaced? What if I'm about to emerge and be revealed for who and what I really am and why I came here? And I'm telling you what I know when I say that is exactly what's happening. And a whole new human will be your guide to that breakthrough and to that unfoldment and to that life that you truly desire to live. Just go to DerekRydall.com/a whole new human. get instant access to everything. Take a breath and remember you matter and the world needs who and what you are. And that starts now with claiming it for yourself, claiming what and who only you can be. I'll see you on the other side.